What's burning? What's burning? What's burning with KB?
It's time for What's Burnin' with Kevin KB Burns, presented by Bill Lacasse and SRG Financial Advisors. But first, please join us as we honor our great nation with the playing of our national anthem. And now your host, Kevin KB Burns.
Hey, welcome in. It's another beautiful day at the Lake of the Ozarks, and you're tuned in to the hottest program on TV right now. It's What's Burnin' on Lake TV, and we're glad to have you with us for another rousing rendition, including a visit with our good friend, Mr. Jim Paisley. We're going to talk oil. We're going to talk gas prices. We're going to have some fun on the trail today out at Tunnel Dam with Bill Mulder. Man, we had so much fun doing this feature, and as far as I'm concerned, and maybe Megan is too, and probably Bill, it was one of the funnest episodes that we have done so far, looking at the beautiful Lake of the Ozarks, enjoying everything it has to offer, and it's certainly out there at the Tunnel Dam area, man. It was cooler than cool, and I hope you'll enjoy it. More importantly, I hope you'll take the time if you know where it's located. If not, we'll give Bill's phone number out, and you can call him, and maybe he'll take you down there for a tour. Also coming up, a KB's classic, a What's Burnin' classic here, if you will. We'll go back to hanging out with Captain Scallywag and Maiden Marnie, and find out more about the great pirate cruise they do over there at Jolly Roger. Plus, our furry friends wrapping up the show today. A little visit with a beautiful little cat who could use some love, some attention, and a good home. And that's Sugar. She's over there at Ozarks Cat and Canine. I want to thank our good friends as well from Culligan Lake of the Ozarks, the official water right here of What's Burnin'. So if you are a little parched, you'd like to get something cold and refreshing, get some of these bad boys, throw them in your drink fridge, and have them on hand whenever you need them. I want to thank all of our sponsors as well: SRG Financial Advisors, Budget Blinds, Ozark Barge and Dock, our veterinarian at the lake, and of course we mentioned our good friends from Culligan Lake of the Ozarks. Hey, don't go anywhere. It's going to be a great hour of What's Burnin' right here on Lake TV.
At SRG Financial, we reduce the uncertainty on your journey to financial independence. Our foundational approach revolves around two things: what matters most to our clients and the things that we can control. The things that matter most often revolve around family, occupation, and recreation. The things we can control are a panoramic approach to financial planning, a strategy that stays fluid and dynamic like your life, and a proprietary process, the mile marker formula. If you want to reduce the uncertainty on your journey, contact us today.
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
There's a new radio station at the lake, a radio station that's geared towards the community, a radio station where you can have a hand in what we do. Welcome to Key Radio, a community-based radio station that invites you to be a part of the solution. We encourage you to become a content creator. That's right, you provide the content. Listen in at 89.3 or online at keyradio.live. To find out more about becoming a content creator, call 573-280-0532.
What is COMC? A health center where everyone has access to high-quality, affordable medical, dental, and behavioral health care, regardless of insurance or ability to pay. Offering primary care, preventative, chronic, pediatrics, and OBGYN. COMC even offers comprehensive dental and same-day emergency care. A health center that focuses on every aspect of your health. Everything your family needs to stay healthy. At COMC, your health is our mission.
Hey, welcome back to What's Burning here on Lake TV. And as always, when this guy here next to me shows up, you know that you're going to get some quality information, some good old-fashioned bona fide history. A history lesson is what we like to call it with Professor Jim Paisley. What's shaking, my man?
Hi, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing great. So, as is the case, I think we've been enjoying some relatively comfortable gas prices over the last several years.
Yes.
And here recently we saw quite the increase in gas prices here in the state of Missouri. And Missouri traditionally has always kind of been at the low end as far as gas prices. I think it's safe to say that Missouri's been one of the better states when it comes to paying for gas. I know people don't like, paying certain prices. But now it's even worse because we're seeing $3.75, $3.80 around the Lake of the Ozarks, and actually a bit of a reduction here in the last couple of days. I've seen it go down as much as 6-7 cents. However, there's a reason for all of this, and I don't know who you blame. You might blame your neighbor, you might blame your dog, you might blame your mother-in-law. Right. You could very well be blaming the President of the United States, and a lot of people are. Yeah. And there was a little something that happened a while back. It was called the Keystone XL pipeline.
Exactly.
And we thought maybe, just maybe, we could end our dependency on foreign oil by having this baby around, and it's going to create some jobs and it's going to do some wonderful things. Well, now that we don't have that option any longer, and the fact that Russia and Ukraine are going at it, and the President of the United States has said we are going to boycott any Russian oil, which I think is only about 3, maybe 4% of the oil that we get from other countries.
Right.
It has still caused a bit of a problem. Now, something else that he did not too terribly long ago was to commit some of our reserves to the problem in hopes that it would bring prices down. Yeah. I think it was something
2
in the
days
neighborhood.
Worth.
Exactly.
2 days.
Exactly.
That would get us by.
About 30 million barrels.
Right.
And on average, the United States, we consume somewhere in the neighborhood of about 20.8 million barrels a day.
Yes.
So do the math. Obviously, it didn't work out very well. Didn't do much at all. It's kind of like a lot of things where government just seems to think if we throw a little money at it, in this case, if we throw a little oil at it, it's going to go away or ease the stress.
Nothing to see here.
I love that. And oh, by the way, that's why we brought you in today, to discuss oil, to discuss gas prices, and maybe put things into perspective so people can understand things a little bit better.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you, folks, this fuel thing goes way beyond just what you're paying at the pumps. A lot of people don't realize the fact that those big trucks you see going down the road get 5 miles to the gallon. And that truck is hauling your groceries to Hy-Vee and Kroger's and wherever else you shop. It's hauling groceries, or other staples throughout the nation. The food that comes in from the producers, the pork and beef producers and all comes by truck. Your TV, the shirt that you're wearing, all these things come by truck. And so that fuel cost is driving inflation in general, not just at the pumps. And I thought it'd be interesting, kind of look a little bit at where we got here with this whole Ukraine thing, because President Biden's blaming it all on the Ukraine war. But bottom line is the gas was going through the roof before the war ever started. And so I thought I'd share it with you. In his first actions as president, he did exactly what you said. He closed the Keystone pipeline, stopped all of that. He re-entered the Paris Climate Accord, and that's key. That's a big thing right there. He also stopped all the production coming out of ANWR. Now, you've heard of this ANWR. It's the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge, okay? And that's a huge deposit of fuel for us. And he said, no more. He stopped it. And then he cut all the permits on federal lands, which is another 25% of our production.
Wow, right.
But then I saw there was one other thing he did. He hired SEC, Security and Exchange Regulators, to prepare climate and ESG disclosure mandates. ESG, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I have no idea what an ESG is. So here it is, folks. They came up with this thing called Environmental, Social, and Corporate Governance. Boy, here we go, right?
And if I might jump in
Yes.
here, it's going to be interesting how it affects people down the road when it comes to borrowing money.
Exactly, exactly. So what they did is they said it's an approach to evaluating the extent to which a corporation works on behalf of social goals that go beyond just making money. So the government stepping in and say, you now have social goals that you need to meet. And so I'll just give you some of these, all right? Environmental social goals. 3 central factors. First, environmental. Criteria which examines how a business performs as a steward of the environment. Okay? So now all of a sudden you're producing oil, but we got to cover the environment. So waste and pollution, resource depletion, greenhouse gas emissions, deforestation, and of course, climate change. But this is the one that threw me. The social aspect of ESGs. Employee relations and diversity. Working conditions, including child labor and slavery. I don't think we have any slaves working in the oil fields, but you don't know, right? Local communities. They want you to explicitly fund projects or institutions that will serve the poor and the unserved communities globally, not just in the U.S., globally, all right? Health and safety, and then conflict. Now, we haven't figured that one out yet. And then the final one is governance. Tax strategy, executive pay, donations and political lobbying, corruption and bribery, and board diversity and structure. Now, folks, this is where I have a real problem, because what's happened here is this SEC group is going to come in and they're saying that if you do not comply with these things as a corporation, then we're going to see to it that the banks won't loan to you. It's a requirement in order to get the funding you need to explore for oil. So you have to do these things. I have a problem with that.
I do, and I want to go back to something that you were talking about on the social level. Local communities seeks explicitly to fund projects or institutions that will serve poor and underserved communities globally. So we have a lot of countries that would basically thumb their nose at this sort of thing.
Sure.
We're not going to get involved. We're going to
Right.
continue to do business the way we want to do business.
Right.
So now, are we trying to help and or aid these countries that may not want to get on board? And we can say, well, you know, they are actually doing something, and here's proof because we're helping them.
Right.
And
Well, let me ask you, do you think, honestly, Russia, China, Saudi Arabia, Iran, do you think they're going to comply with these sort of things? This is all part of your Paris Climate Accord stuff.
that, and where does the United Nations become involved in any of this?
Well, the UN has come in with this whole, global governance and adopting the Paris Climate Accord as well for anything that they're doing. Now, the issue that I have is that I have yet to figure out exactly where it says in the Constitution that the federal government has the right to come in and tell you as a business that these are the things that you have to do if you want to produce your product.
I think we started back a bit, and here in recent years, I think most people will remember this, is when you're talking about the Environmental Protection Agency and their big hubbub over something as simple as a puddle of water.
Right.
So they're not only going after, I would imagine, businesses and farms, but individuals as well.
Right.
So I don't know how successful we were with that. I think we were able to maybe put a bit of a hold on that and then try to reel it in. Something that I'm hoping that a lot of people will look at here and say, hey, listen, what do you want to do? You want to drive more business out of the United States?
Exactly.
Are you trying to get these people to pick up and leave? We just actually try to convince them that they need to stay here.
Right.
And come back and do business in the United States. And, over the last few years, it seems like that is kind of the direction a lot of businesses wanted to go, because I don't know how much credence, how much stock you put into a product that says made in the USA versus made in China.
Right, exactly. And the bottom line is that we are going to drive people out of this country. Mm-hmm. These companies, first off, if they can't get the money invested from our banks, because the federal government is saying, no, you can't loan money to these fossil fuel entities, mm-hmm. they're going to go elsewhere to get it. All right? And now who are they beholden to?
Right.
And so now all of a sudden, when they go to other banks worldwide to get funding in order to do oil exploration, now they're going to be beholden to them. Mm. So it's pretty fascinating to me that there's two things happening. The federal government is wanting to step in and regulate how a company can go about exploring for oil and delivering it. And they're also coming in with further regulations on the banks, telling the banks, unless they comply with these things, no, you're not allowed to loan them money. Mm-hmm. Now, this all gets into this whole thing with the federal government with the famous necessary and proper clause.
Right, yeah.
Oh, my God. And my good friend Marvin Schultes, he and I would go round and around all the time about this necessary and proper. Because basically what happens is the Constitution gives the federal government the right to do whatever's necessary and proper to enact the things that they were authorized to do. But nowhere in the Constitution are they authorized to restrict an oil company from drilling for oil, mm-hmm. or to turn around and restrict a bank from being able to loan to any particular individuals.
Right.
But because it's, in their eyes, mm-hmm. necessary and proper, well, then I guess we can go ahead and do that.
So they're going after us on two different levels.
Yes.
Corporate with the ESG, three central factors, again, the environmental, social, and governance. Mm-hmm. And then they're going after us personally, similar to what they're doing in China, and they're going to, from what I understand, start trying to implement it here in the United States, and that is a social score. Mm-hmm. And if you play by the rules, then you can do things.
That's exactly right.
If you don't play by the rules, then we take your privileges away, such as traveling.
No soup for you.
No soup for you.
Yes,
that's the best
exactly.
way to look at it.
And I think the other thing that's interesting, you heard what's her name, Jen Psaki. I like to call her Peppermint Patty. She turned around and said that, the oil companies have like 90,000 permits. Mm-hmm. Well, here's the deal on that. The permits they went and got those permits ahead of time before Biden came in, so that because they knew this was going to happen. What they didn't see was the funding is going to be cut off in this ESG thing.
Right.
But they have the permits. Also understand, a permit is your right to go out here and drill. You could get a permit to drill for oil out here in the parking lot here at Hurricane Deck.
Right.
All right?
I'll try that.
Right. But if you don't hit any oil, guess what? You just spent money for a permit. You didn't get any oil.
Right.
That's what the deal is with the oil companies. So it's one thing to say, they've got all these permits. It's another thing to say, they've got all this opportunity to get oil. Then you turn around and put these restrictions on them, and the bank's saying, you can drill, you've got a permit, but we're not going to give you any money to do it.
We will stay up on this event like we do with so many other things, courtesy and a lot of help from our good friend, Professor Jim Paisley. Thank you, sir, for being a part of the program.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I find myself kind of living in bizarro world sometimes. Folks, we're going to take a break. I want to remind everybody and thank our friends at Culligan Lake of the Ozarks, providing us with the official bottled water of What's Burnin' right here on Lake TV.
Enjoying What's Burning with KB right here on Lake TV? Have questions, comments, or suggestions? Have an interesting story for KB to tell? Or maybe you want to be interviewed by KB on the show or are interested in sponsoring? All you have to do is reach out to KB at kb@mylaketv.com.
Most people don't know which direction they're heading when it comes to retirement, whether they're still on the journey or already there. At SRG Financial, we have a process, the mile marker formula, that helps you pursue your work optional lifestyle, so you can focus on what's most important to you, like your family, or checking off those bucket list items. Start taking the first step toward finding your work optional lifestyle. Call us today at 573-302-7212.
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offers routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. With multiple convenient locations, our veterinary is the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
There's a new radio station at the lake, a radio station that's geared towards the community, a radio station where you can have a hand in what we do. Welcome to Key Radio, a community-based radio station that invites you to be a part of the solution. We encourage you to become a content creator. That's right, you provide the content. Listen in at 89.3 or online at keyradio.live. To find out more about becoming a content creator, call 573-280-0532.
Join Lake TV for a cup of coffee with Will and Chris, the Lake area's only local TV talk show focused on the Lake area. Local stories, local sports, and local events. Have a cup of coffee with Will and Chris weekdays at 8, 1, and 8 on Lake TV.
Why in the world do I love my job? Well, just look behind me. We are here at Tunnel Dam, and I don't know how many folks that live around the Lake of the Ozarks even know that this is here. Now, everybody around here knows it's here. These guys back here fishing, and a lot of fishermen kind of know it's here. And to tell us more about it and to give us our history lesson as we're on the trail with the one and only Bill Mulder. What a fascinating, the whole way out here, man, what an incredible ride. What an incredible view. You get the peaks, you get the valleys,
right,
and then you end up here.
This is one of the best kept secrets in this area.
Right.
This lake and Bagnell Dam, Lake of the Ozarks, were done about the same time, around 1930.
Mm-hmm.
This one was completed in 1930 and filled up very quickly, but we're not talking about that big a lake. The water in Lake Niangua is only maybe 20 to 30 feet when it's very deep, unless it's flooding. And in one flood not that many years ago, the water was way up on that concrete buttress over to the left there, almost to the top of it. So it does get quite a bit deeper, and you don't want to be on the lake at that time.
No.
You're probably going to end up downstream somewhere. But it's a great lake. You can find all kinds of fish in here, and up to and including trout, because we're just downstream a few miles from Bennett Springs, and the lake, or Big Niangua River, is stocked with trout by the Department of Conservation, and those things will come down in here. Now, they don't like this water quite as much. It's a little warmer than what they care for, so they stay in the upper reaches of the lake. And yeah, I've caught trout up there, so it's a great place. And then it dumps over here, continues on downstream, into the Lake of the Ozarks about 4 or 5 miles down. Great place. And this thing has a fascinating history behind it.
Mm-hmm.
One of the coolest histories. It takes in all kinds of stuff. When in 1821, when this became a state, this was pretty much open ground. Nobody back here. Then it started getting populated because they were moving the Washishu, the Osage, out of here and taking over these lands and moving them off into Oklahoma to the reservation country. The term Niangua kind of means, a rough translation, river of many springs, which really catches on, and that reverberates real well. There's a lot of springs up and down the Niangua River if you've ever floated it. So in 1821, people started moving in here, and some history tells us that they were putting up grist mills all up and down through here.
Right.
Because you have these big fields where you can grow cool crops, wheat, oats, whatever, and then take over there and have it made into meal or into flour. Well, then in the early 1900s, they started looking at this and said, we could build a power plant here. And there was a feature here, and I'm going to point it out, and maybe Megan can zoom in on it in a minute. There is a tunnel that runs through the hillside. Now this hillside, this area is known as the Narrows. Because if you've ever been out here, you know how narrow that ridge is, and we're going to drive up here after a while, and you're going to be able to see how narrow this is. They found a tunnel, and this tunnel runs all the way through and comes out the other side, 100, 200 yards to the other side. They said, well, by golly, we could put a dam right below the tunnel and run the water through, run it through, build a powerhouse on the other side, and it'll all be good.
It's awesome.
Well, the tunnel, which is right across from us, you'll be able to see the cave here in a minute. They started exploring that. And they said, this is going to work, this is going to work. But then they started, like any cave here in this karst topography, it had branches going off left and right. So they said, this could be really, really bad too, running all this water through. So what they did, they re-engineered it, they moved it just upstream, and the tunnel is just above the dam. And it runs through the hillside, through the powerhouse, and returns to the river. So that's the reason this site was chosen. It had been looked at several different sites, but this was the best one for the low cost of engineering and the ability to be able to do it in the 1920s. And the rest is history. And just like Bagnell Dam, they had a workers' village up here. We're going to see that today. They had all kinds of things. So if you come here, what can you do? Well, you can fish, you can kayak. If you put in here, you can go downstream to, it's known as a Whistle Bridge. There's an easy place to get out down there. Or if you're really brave and have a long day, go all the way to Hahataka. That's doable too. You will find it takes a while to get down there. And if you're like me, when you're fishing, it tends to get really slow. Because I start catching fish and I just have to stay there.
Well, this is such an amazing place. I mean, getting here is half the fun.
It is.
And then once you come around the bend and you see the dam and it's all opened up, you wonder how in the world don't more people know about it. I'll tell you, the local folks all know about it.
Yep.
Because there's remnants of some campfires here. We see some designs on the trees and things like this. But what a perfect spot on a hot summer day to come in here, bring the kids, do a little swimming, have a nice little picnic. I don't know about the fire. That's probably not something that you're supposed to do, but I don't think that really matters. Kind of like those boys we ran into up there on Lover's Leap.
That's true. Well, you know, this belongs to Show Me Power Corporation, and if you're careful and you don't do anything really silly, you don't do any stupid human tricks, they're pretty cool with you being back here.
Right.
This is pretty safe to build a camper on. It's all gravel bar, and we didn't drive on down. This gravel bar extends on down about another 1/8 of a mile, and you'll find all kind of campsites. Yeah, it's doable. And you're most certainly welcome to come down here and enjoy yourself.
Well, here is this part of Tunnel Dam. We're going to get back in the vehicle, go back around, probably end up there, or we're going to go by the workers' camp first?
We're going to go back up on top and overlook the lake, get the big broad spectrum view of the lake, and then we'll end up over at White City.
Okay, very good. Folks, what an adventure it's been today, man. And this is work. I will do this 24/7, 365. Coming out here We were down below. We saw Tunnel Dam, and of course you saw some pictures when we were up there on Devil's Backbone and the beautiful view down onto Tunnel Dam. And now we're where at, Bill?
We're
Mulder?
in White City.
White City.
White City.
And we never left the lake.
And we never left it.
Tell us a little bit about this complex. It's pretty cool. As far as, there's a couple of buildings here, and this looks like a place where people might gather to have a little fun.
Yes, it belongs to Show Me Power Corporation, and it's one of the perks for their employees. Their employees can use this, bring their families here, have a cookout. It is private property, so...
That scares me.
That scares me too. But
we might be getting a letter.
These are leftover buildings, and Megan's going to have some shots of it for you. The two that are still here is the leftover buildings from the workers' village. They had 350 people here that built the dam, and these buildings were all across this top of this ridge. And if you saw some of the other film footage, it's kind of steep right in this area.
Just a little.
Just a little. We're up on a very steep ridge. And they would live up here and go down to the dam to work. And then I think you're going to notice that there was a cart over there. That's how they would take the workers down to work on the powerhouse, a very steep drop down to the bottom. And Megan said it right a while ago. She said you would really have to trust the folks running that winch.
Oh, yeah.
If they didn't like you, you had done something to upset them, you could be in a little bit of trouble. You might get an exciting ride to the bottom.
You get down there a little faster than everybody else.
Yes. Or they ring the bell to come up and they go, no, start walking, dude.
Now, that would be horrible. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not in quite the hiking shape that I used to be, so that'd be a little bit of a trek.
I could make it back up from the powerhouse. It might take me a month or so, but
yeah.
I could get back up here.
With intermittent breaks, maybe you have to rest a couple of days so that
Yes.
your ankles and your knees and everything are.
You're hearing my pain.
Well, I got to tell you, I think one of the most impressive things about this, and if they ever decide to sell it, you and I better buy it, is this beautiful view, again, of the Big Niagara. And we just had so much. The lake is such a beautiful place. And again, when people come down, they see maybe Eldon or Osage Beach or Lake Ozark, Versailles, Greenview, Laurie, Sunrise Beach, Camdenton, wherever, and they don't get an opportunity. And so I would, folks, highly recommend that you seek somebody out, maybe like Bill, if you want to start your own tour guide service.
I could do that.
And see some of this beautiful scenery here. I mean, we've got the beautiful Ozark Hills, we've got the Big Niagara, we saw Tunnel Dam today. We're here at this beautiful place that is owned by Show Me Power. Holy mackerel.
Well, and the neat thing about it, you know what it would cost if you drove through here?
Not much.
Just your gas. That's it. And you can get out and explore around here, stay out of the buildings. That's private property. But they don't care if you get out and say walk over and look across from up here by the buildings, or stop down there on top of the backbone and look over. It's all free.
Yeah.
And the access to Lake Niagara below us here is free. There's a lot to do. When we talk about the lake, a lot of times we get kind of hooked up at Lake of the Ozarks, and we talk about the big impoundment, but there are so many other things in this area that's there for you. If you love nature, this is a place to go. Like this place, Hahatanka. There's just tons of places, and you're going to get to see more. You're going to get to see some more history of this beautiful area in future episodes.
And that's the thing. Right now, we're here on the tail end of winter, getting close to the beginning of spring. Can you imagine how beautiful it is in fall? I mean, that's
gorgeous.
Breathtaking.
It is.
Breathtaking.
It's one of the best fall drives in the area. It truly is.
Well, folks, again, thank you to Mr. Bill Mulder.
Always a pleasure, my friend.
Appreciate the opportunity, and we encourage you to keep watching What's Burnin' here on Lake TV to get more of On the Trail with our good friend Bill Mulder as we explore the Lake of the Ozarks. Man, this has been just amazing and a little taste of heaven, if I may be so bold. Stick around, folks. We got more coming up, so as they say, don't touch that dial.
At SRG Financial, we reduce the uncertainty on your journey to financial independence. Our foundational approach revolves around two things: what matters most to our clients and the things that we can control. The things that matter most often revolve around family, occupation, and recreation. The things we can control are a panoramic approach to financial planning, a strategy that stays fluid and dynamic like your life, and a proprietary process, the mile marker formula. If you want to reduce the uncertainty on your journey, contact us today.
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offers routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. With multiple convenient locations, our veterinary is the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
There's a new radio station at the lake, a radio station that's geared towards the community, a radio station where you can have a hand in what we do. Welcome to Key Radio, a community-based radio station that invites you to be a part of the solution. We encourage you to become a content creator. That's right, you provide the content. Listen in at 89.3 or online at keyradio.live. To find out more about becoming a content creator, call 573-280-0532.
A move to your dream home should be exciting, not a hassle. That's why you go with the experts at Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you.
Hey, we're going to take you back to an opportunity we had last summer to enjoy a really fun event, and that's the Pirate Cruise out at Jolly Rogers. Now, we hooked up with Captain Scallywag and Mayhem Marnie, and we went for a sea voyage before ending up at a very interesting little place that had some skeletons and some traps and some various bits of treasure that we were able to find with our friends. So let's take you back to last year and a great feature we did again, the Pirate Cruise at Jolly Roger on What's Burnin' here on Lake TV.
We've sat here long enough, I say it's high time we boarded Calypso, found a way to lift the curse and find treasure, aye? Aye! All right, follow Anarchy Annie on down to the ship and I will join you shortly.
Hey, it's KB with What's Burnin' on Lake TV, hanging out here at the Jolly Roger on the Gravois Arm with a couple of my favorite pirates. We've got Captain Scallywag and Mayhem Marnie. And, of course, we just had the opportunity to go out and enjoy a fun day on the lake, and you can do it. Moms, dads, kids, everybody come out. Plenty of room on the Calypso for you to do a little swashbuckling, a little treasure hunting, and have a wonderful time. And first and foremost, I'd like to thank you, Captain Scallywag, for not making me walk the plank, sir.
My pleasure. It was tough. I really wanted to see you go off that plank, but, it was my pleasure. KB, we've known each other for many, many years. We've pirated together for many years, so I couldn't make you walk the plank, no.
Well, now, there is a part of the show where the plank is a part of what you do here, but we won't give anything away. We want to save all of the special effects and the tricks and the things that they do for you folks when you come out to see the show. We also have Mayhem Marnie, which I think that you are a pretty good first mate. Putting up with this guy is probably not an easy job.
No, it is not.
Well, I tell you what, one of the great things is you get on board, you start here at the Jolly Roger. You have an area where the show starts, and then you get on board the Calypso and go for a nice voyage out on the beautiful lake of the Ozarks, and then you stop off and do a little treasure hunting and look for the clues, and you eventually find the treasure. Hope you don't run into any other pirates or scurvy dogs or scallywags, I guess, if you want to say that.
I beg your pardon? That's hurtful.
Let's talk a little bit about the show. Of course, you do it, 2-3 times a day? How many days a week?
We do it usually like 9 and 11 on Saturdays and Sundays. Once in a while, we have some private ones, or we have one at 2 o'clock. We have sometimes throughout the week. If it's like for a summer school, we've done that, and that was a lot of fun. I think I did 5 or 6 in 2 days. Wow. They all kind of run together after a while, especially in this heat. But yeah, we love it. Love doing it. Love taking and teaching kids and adults how to be pirates and bringing them along and making them part of the crew.
They're part of the crew. They get to learn the language. Of course, you wave to the fellow passersby that are out here on the lake as well and having a great time. So if somebody wants to come and they want to be a part of the show, how do they do that? Who do they need to contact? What number do they need to call? All that good stuff. Give us all that pertinent information.
I'd be glad to. You can go to jollycharters.com, or you can call 573-392-0700, and that's here at Captain. Did I almost say Captain? What's wrong with me? It's been a long voyage, mate. So
Jolly Rogers.
Rogers Grubbing Grog. I'm saying to Captain Jolly Joe. Call Captain Jolly Joe or Pirate Queen Christine and talk to them and get yourself a ticket and book passage aboard Calypso.
Well, it's been a fun afternoon, a great time for you to come out. And there's one of our characters as well. Come on over here. Unfortunately, you'll notice that she's just a little bit damp. This is Anarchy Annie, and she does a great job. She doesn't really get to go with the folks on the cruise here, but she plays a very integral role in the whole show, and it's kind of fun. So, how long have you been doing this?
This is my second year doing it. I got into it because my drama teacher forwarded me an email from Jolly Joe and was like, "Hey, you should get into this. I think you'd enjoy it." And I've been a pirate ever since.
Well, you do a great job, and we're certainly glad to have the opportunity. Like I said, you'll notice she's a little damp. If you come out on the Calypso and you're part of the crew and you're part of the cruise, you'll get to see how all of that takes place. She gets to, I guess, get wet a couple of different times. But again, we don't want to spoil anything, but we certainly want everybody to come out and enjoy what's going on here at the Jolly Roger with Captain Scallywag, Mayhem Marnie, and Anarchy Annie. All a part of this great crew, and thanks, guys, for having us out. Awesome day. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you here. Thank you.
Absolutely. And we will get back to more of What's Burnin' right here on Lake TV.
Enjoying What's Burning with KB right here on Lake TV? Have questions, comments, or suggestions? Have an interesting story for KB to tell? Or maybe you want to be interviewed by KB on the show or are interested in sponsoring? All you have to do is reach out to KB at kb@mylaketv.com.
Most people don't know which direction they're heading when it comes to retirement, whether they're still on the journey or already there. At SRG Financial, we have a process, the mile marker formula, that helps you pursue your work optional lifestyle so you can focus on what's most important to you, like your family or checking off those bucket list items. Start taking the first step toward finding your work optional lifestyle. Call us today. at 573-302-7212.
You want a dock that will withstand the wake from a million boats? Want a dock that's different from the usual dock? Then you want Ozark Barge and Dock in Gravois Mills. Ozark Barge and Dock, now celebrating 33 years of building the best dock on Lake of the Ozarks. And we guarantee every dock we build. So when it comes time to build your custom dock, trust the best and go with Ozark Barge and Dock, building the best dock at the lake for the last 33 years.
Looking for blinds, shades, shutters, drapes, or bedroom makeovers? On a budget? You need Budget Blinds in Laurie. Bring your ideas to us, or let our design consultants help you create the perfect look for your home. Because Budget Blinds is nationwide, our collective buying power enables us to search many major brands to bring you the blinds, shades, shutters, and drapes you want for less. Budget Blinds. Call us for a free consultation. Budget Blinds, the best in custom blinds and window coverings.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offers routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. With multiple convenient locations, our veterinary is the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Hey Jess.
Yeah, Nicole, what do you need?
Did you see that new listing in Sunrise Beach?
Yeah, it was just listed 2 minutes ago.
It has 150 feet of lakefront. And a brand new kitchen.
I'm headed out there after I type this email.
I'm on the phone with my clients. Hey, where are you going?
I already put an offer in, cash above list, and it's looking good.
Are you kidding me?
Want to get to know local leaders a lot better? Join Lake TV for a new community spotlight show weekdays at 9, 3, and 7. We talk with local leaders to get their story and learn more about their organizations. It's the Community Spotlight Show on Lake TV.
KB here at Ozarks Cat and Canine for, of course, you guessed it, KB's Furry Friends, presented by our veterinary at the lake. And today, along with Mary Meow Me Tilly, we have Sugar. And Sugar is just as sweet as that name sounds. Mary, tell us a little bit about Sugar.
So Sugar is estimated to be about a year old.
Right.
She came in as a stray. There she goes. She was found outside an apartment building in Osage Beach, and nobody claimed her, so they brought her to us. She is just as sweet as can be. She's fully vetted now, been spayed and all of her shots and everything. She is ready to go. One thing that you may notice in her close-ups is that her pupils are 2 different sizes. Our vet says that that is an indication that at some point in her life she has suffered from some kind of head trauma. But it doesn't seem to stop her. I mean, you know, her personality and her activity level, you wouldn't know that, you know, anything was wrong with her, and if it wasn't for the eye thing, we never even would have guessed anything.
And just so folks know, we had the opportunity a while back to first meet Sugar. She was in the room that you have for basically the kittens, and she's moved here to the cat room, and she exhibits just, you know, all the normal things that a cat would exhibit. She's very loving. And she enjoys being rubbed. She, as you could tell earlier, likes naps. Most cats do. It's probably nap time somewhere right now for a cat.
I bet so.
You know, if you'd like to come by and take a look at her, you guys have had a lot of adoptions, especially cats lately.
We have, yes. Actually had one this morning. So yeah, we're getting them out of here. I have several more scheduled this week. So I actually was going through my list going, who haven't we featured yet that is not already spoken for?
Right, right. And one of the things that, you know, I hear you talk about quite a bit, and that's people that live in apartment complexes or something like that, a duplex, whatever, and you're thinking about getting a pet. Please, whatever you do, check with your landlord. Make sure if there's a pet deposit that you pay it or anything along those lines. I know it's tough around here. I mean, it's tough to find a place to live. It's tough to find an affordable place to live. Sometimes people are put in circumstances where they have to surrender their animals, and we hate to hear that story. But if you can, try to make sure that you don't just get a pet and then your landlord shows up one day and says, by the way, you can't have that here.
Right.
And I know there's a couple of those surrenders here at the shelter right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd say that's probably, as far as owner surrenders go, that's probably one of the most common reasons that we get people needing to bring their animals in is for whatever reason I'm moving and I can't take my pets with me. I can't find any place that will allow them. And it seems to be getting harder and harder every day.
It's heartbreaking for the owners too. I mean, they don't want to surrender their animals. I mean, we've had a couple of dogs. I guess it was Bob and Sadie that we talked about, and then a couple of the other cats that are here. And you just hate to see these animals. You mentioned that Sugar was found around an apartment complex in Osage Beach. So it is tough, but just make sure you do your homework ahead of time as best you can.
And we do, as part of our application, we ask whether people own or rent.
Right.
And if they rent, then we do want to speak to their landlord and ask if they're allowed to have pets, if there's a maximum, because maybe somebody already has one and they're only allowed to have one. If there's any restrictions, especially when it comes to dogs. A lot of places have a weight restriction, or they don't allow certain breeds because of their insurance. So, we want to check with the landlords and find that out before they get an animal home and then end up having to bring it back.
There's that small little matter of separation anxiety that I know a lot of animals go through, dogs in particular. I had a dog years ago with separation anxiety, and he burrowed through the drywall from one room into the other.
Oh.
But it was my house, so I could take care of it, so no harm, no foul. Anything else going on at the shelter we need to know about? We're getting pretty close to spring. We've changed our clocks, so everybody's getting antsy, wanting that nice weather. And maybe that's why you're getting a lot of folks coming in for adoptions right now.
I think so, yeah. The weather's warming up. People are starting to get out and about and wanting maybe a dog to go walk with or something. It was really busy this last weekend. And we're starting to see a lot more foot traffic and a lot more adoptions.
Seeing if we can get Sugar over here to make an appearance one more time. But Sugar is pretty focused on the rungs of the chair there. Sugar, Sugar. Anyway, we're broadcasting from, I say broadcasting, we're not doing a live broadcast, but that's old habits die hard. We are here today at Ozarks Cat and Canine as part of KB's Furry Friends. Sugar, come on out and check out Sugar and find a nice home. We'll see if we can't find a nice home for this sweet little cat. Beautiful little female who would love for you to hug her and hold her and feed her and do all that stuff that cats like to have done. And we want to thank our veterinarian at the lake for presenting KB's Furry Friends right here on What's Burnin' on Lake TV.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offers routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. With multiple convenient locations, our veterinary is the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Lake TV's got it all. We think it's hot stuff when things cool down. We spring into action when things start warming up. Of course, summer is one big, huge shootout on Lake TV. And we fall in love all over again when autumn rolls around. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Lake TV's got it all. Moving to the lake is a lot of work, but not with Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you. For packing up and delivering to your new home or simply loading and transferring your belongings, Sunrise Movers is the easy choice for your next move. Sunrise Movers packs your possessions extra carefully, shows up on time, and strives for 5-star customer service every time. Sunrise Movers, the official movers of Lake TV. Give us a call today to get a free estimate. Sunrise Movers, where we do the hard work for you.
There's a new radio station at the lake, a radio station that's geared towards the community, a radio station where you can have a hand in what we do. Welcome to Key Radio, a community-based radio station that invites you to be a part of the solution. We encourage you to become a content creator, That's right, you provide the content. Listen in at 89.3 or online at keyradio.live. To find out more about becoming a content creator, call 573-280-0532. Hey, again, I want to thank everybody for being on the program today. Professor Jim Paisley, Bill Mulder, our friends again, as we took a little time to catch a KB Classic, What's Burnin' Classic, Captain Scallywag and Mayhem Marnie at the Pirate Cruise at Jolly Roger. And of course, Sugar, that cute little cat. And we'll get together and do it all again for you next Thursday. Don't forget, What's Burnin', new show every Thursday, and we air those things 7 days a week, 7 a.m., 11 p.m., and 5 p.m. Check them out, tell your friends, and tell your neighbors. Hey, we're coming back next week with another brand new program, and with all the great weather, hopefully we'll be doing some more stuff outside, more stuff on the trail. Who knows, we might even bring Tom Abbott back from Iron Eagle Tactical and head out to the range and put a little bit of the lead down range. SRG Financial Advisors, Budget Blinds, Ozark Barge and Dock, our veterinary at the lake. Thank you so very, very much. We appreciate the support. And, of course, the official bottled water of What's Burnin' here on Lake TV is none other than provided to us by the good folks at Culligan, Lake of the Ozarks. Again, I want to remind you, if you have any ideas, if you have any thoughts, anything you'd like to see on the show, if you'd like to be on the show, whatever you're doing, some wild, crazy business, you want us back in your kitchen, getting into your business, you can get a hold of me right here, kb@bylaketv.com. Until then, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week right here on Lake TV.